What would you tell younger designers about being sustainable, but having good design as well? How the two can go together?
Well, I think sustainability just has to be part of the design brief. As a designer, you are set a brief. So it's the requirements for the end product or service. So one of them maybe it has to, maybe one of the requirements is it has to meet some of the sustainable requirements. Another one may be, it has to meet a price point, or it has to be produced in a certain way. And I think sustainability is just part of that brief. And I think the modern young designers just need to think about that, but then they have to think about the people. It's no point making something which is not going to be appealing because it's sustainable, because it won't be successful. The aim is to make a sustainable product which is everybody wants to have and is willing to pay for it, and then that's when it's successful.
But if you add this part, sustainability part, into the design, would it be more expensive?
Well, it shouldn't be. Ideally, it should not be, because it's part of the whole product. And I think that's the aim. And that's what we have to aim for as designers.
I see here a very interesting design concept, which is using cloth as a fan?
Yeah, that's right.
What is this?
Well, so the idea came from looking at kites. When you're flying a kite, it becomes rigid. Or silk sometimes, the kites.
Right.
And the idea was that if you spin some fabric with some blades stitched into it, so it's all soft, when it starts up, the fan will be thrown out and become rigid and then blow the air. But the great advantage is when it's not in use, it can go very small, because fans at the moment take up a lot of space when they're not in use. Because isn't it strange that a fan, the biggest part of the fan is to stop you touching it? It's the guard.
That's right.
So I was thinking, well, how can we solve this problem? Because big things being transported around the world use a lot of energy. Container ships. So if we can make smaller things, more compact things, we'll save some fuel.
So it can really produce cool air?
Yeah, it is.
With cloth?
That's correct, yeah.
Ah.
It's like a parachute that inflates with the air, but also as it spins, it becomes rigid and then blows the air. Called soft fan.
Do you sell this, or is this just a concept fan?
I had, and a lot of interest, but it never reached the market in the end.
Talking about design, in terms of marketing today, is there a lot of competition? Because I see a lot of design houses here in Thailand and everywhere.
Yes, I mean, it's great that there's so much interest in design. There's some very good designers here in Thailand. So yes, there are a lot of designers around. I mean, Priestman, my company, we do specialize a lot in transportation. And we're one of the larger companies in this sector in the world. So we have a lot of experience, and experience is very important in design, particularly in these sort of economic times, but also, as you say, in the environmental times as well.
So for aircrafts, what are your special features?
Well, we work with the aircraft manufacturers as well as the airlines. So we work extensively with Airbus. We worked on the A380 and other plane products. We've also worked with Embraer, a Brazilian aircraft manufacturer, designing executive jets. But then we work with many airlines. So we work with Lufthansa, we work with Thai, we're working with Qatar. We've worked with Turkish Airlines, TAM in the Brazilian manufacturer, airline. We're also working with 2 Indian airlines, with Jet and with Kingfisher. So we're working with many airlines around the world. We specialize in designing an experience which it's in effect branding the country. Because like with Thai, it's a symbol of Thailand.
Right.
So we make it very Thai. And we understand the culture, and we design it in a way which is recognizable as Thai Airlines.
But it's just comfort on the airplane or on any airline.
No, it's an experience. It's a travel experience. It's as I say, it's like staying at a hotel. I want to know which airline I'm traveling with. So I want to be in a bit of Thailand when I'm traveling with Thai.
So you have to create the mood and feel for that country somehow.
Yes, definitely. Yes, yeah.
Is it very hard then for you to design for different brands that might be in the same field?
No, I think it's quite an advantage actually, because we understand what is happening in other sectors. So with Thai or with another airline, what we did, we designed some very unique aspects to the experience. so unique that no other airline would go near this. So we create this unique space for this airline, which is identifiable as their brand, but also no one else will go close to it because they know it's Thai. So we're in effect, we're finding a new area for them to explore their own brand, which is a fascinating area.
Mm-hmm. Coming back to an area closer to the water pebble,
yes.
Are you designing or planning to design anything that people can use at home or any appliances?
Yeah, I mean, we're also designing many products, so refrigerators, we design electronic items as well. So we're very broad in the work we do. But I think we just understand people. We understand what people like, and we understand what they like when they travel particularly. And luxury travel or holiday travel. It's just understanding people and then thinking. Design for me, is always about making something better. It has to be bringing some advantage. It's not just to make it look beautiful, but of course we do that. But it's thinking to make it just that bit better.
Good design is not only pleasant to the eyes, but can actually help change behaviors, as shown through the water pebble. So we all can actually help in our little way to save the environment. See you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ